What I find is that Microsoft kind of plays catch up with other companies, or is the last to do things, which is the case with almost everything. If you've noticed, they try and
Yeah,
they
it
try to
kind of works
be a
that way.
monopoly in every kind of department, but they try after someone else has done it so they can take and learn from what the other company has done. I mean, the Zune, the Xbox, the original Xbox, that came way after the PS2, the PS, and the 64. It's just Microsoft's trying to
It's like it's like the douche
invade.
thing to do, but like it's a smart move on their part.
But they haven't been
Now, when you think about
successful.
it,
They haven't really been successful.
oh yeah,
The thing that made the
that's
Xbox
Sony.
is Halo, and they bought that company that was originally making that game for the Mac. They bought it, and then they just made it for the Xbox, and it worked. But it was kind of like, okay, it was the only thing that made the Xbox, though. That game made the Xbox.
I got my Xbox because of Halo 3.
Yeah, that's the same
Same.
with me. I mean, if Halo wasn't exclusively for the Xbox, I mean, the Xbox would not be nearly as successful as it is today, and it isn't even really successful today. I mean, it's selling more than
Yeah.
the PS3, but that's because the PS3 is expensive and has a Blu-ray player. And sucks to be Microsoft because they chose the wrong format to to support
Yeah,
HD.
it was kind of like the old VHS beta debate,
Yeah.
and then somebody had to pick a side, and then VHS ended up winning.
Even though
this
it
time
was the
the HD
inferior
DVD.
one.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting, which kind of made me think, hey, maybe HD DVD is going to win because it's the inferior one. But then Blu-ray, I guess people are smarter nowadays. They picked Blu-ray,
Yeah.
which is actually a better quality. Some
Yeah.
people have said they can't tell the difference. I can tell a difference.
Well, just this one fact alone, space. Blu-ray has more space you can use. Was it 50 gigabytes or something compared to 25 or something on HD?
It's double the space.
Yeah.
You can do double the stuff.
Yeah, just that alone should have been enough. But
Now, I think on your earlier comment for Microsoft catching up, I agree that they've pretty much caught up. They're trying to catch up with everything. But I think in that regard, they've also done a very good job of catching up.
yeah,
What they've caught up with has also been a good product.
but it takes them
It's just
a
they're a
while
little
to
bit
get
late.
caught up.
But considering how Microsoft used to just be Windows,
Well, there was
And then
there was
they came into the gaming industry and they've done a good job of catching up and becoming one of the top 3 consoles, if you can count Wii as a console. Which I guess you can after this E3.
well, I mean, the Wii is the top-selling console.
I wouldn't really judge it on that because
It's the most.
you do have...
Their strategy made the Wii the most fun to play. It's not. They made it not about graphics. They made it about story and gameplay, and that was a great strategy. Microsoft, on the other hand, is the same thing. Graphics, all that. They're kind of like the PS3, except their console was horrible. I mean, noisy as hell, would break, and all this crap that goes along with it. There was a survey.
If we were looking strictly at consoles, Microsoft would definitely lose.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to compete with the Wii's off in its own little thing. It's a champion of its own little regard. But if you're comparing the PS3 to the Xbox machine, yes, the PS3
Yes.
wins.
Yeah.
Definitely. But the games, that's what everybody comes for on the Xbox. It's the exclusive games.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the
that's,
community
and that's
around
a good
it.
strategy. I mean, Nintendo does the same thing, and that's why the Wii is sold so much, because they have great games with great stories, and a lot of kid games as well. And kids are buying consoles nowadays. Well,
Yeah.
More
yeah.
kids.
It's getting younger and younger.
yeah. It's just the Xbox is just the Xbox.
Yeah.
Even though it's the only console I really play, it's the Xbox.
it's in a league of its own, but it's not a league that you want to be in.
Exactly. If I had to choose, I would love to play the PS3. I just wish it had one thing
These games.
yes, the games, and the Xbox did a good job on the dashboard type stuff. That multiplayer. Getting everyone to play together and having that social connection. They did that better than the other two so far, but there's a lot of room for improvement because the dashboard's laggy as hell. It is so slow, and it's just. If the other consoles had something better, of course I'd go running to it. But I know all my friends
Yeah.
are on the Xbox. It
Exactly.
has all the exclusive games that I want to play. Well, the one exclusive game that I want to play, and that's why I stick with it. Otherwise, I would be on the PS3.
Nothing flashy this time. Just click on the link there to be taken to the next video.